Hey folks, Odd here with your Outer World News. Current time is 8:55 p.m. May 28th, 2013. Alright folks, so I got two different newscasts that I'm going to be doing today because there's a lot of stuff to be going over right now. So please bear with me here. I'm going to do this one and then another one just because of how much there is to do. Alright, so here we go folks. Build up to World War III, China versus the dollar. This was released today. Storm Clouds Gathering did a piece on it, and this was released also from the Truth Channel. This is talking about how, China's already been slowly in the shadows attacking the petrodollar, and how our dollar is pretty much going to collapse, so World War III is imminent. More on this, also from Storm Clouds Gathering, World War III has already begun. You got the Rothschilds and all them talking about a one world currency, Bilderberg talking about it, then the Vatican calls for world government, so on and so forth. So World War III has already begun, and there is proof and evidence of it. Key U.S. weapon systems designed hacked. So key U.S. weapon systems designs have been hacked by China. This was released today from Mox News. So there you go. There's some proof right there. Chinese, they have hacked information on the F-18 Hornet. The carrier plane that we have, our low altitude and high altitude missile defense systems, and our naval defense systems. So a lot of key information has been hacked. Like World War III's already started, folks. It's just inevitable for who's going to fire the first shot. Israel and Syria. Syria is a puppet in this. And, North Korea is too. See, North Korea orders all naval combat ships into hiding. Also released today. Why? Because the U.S. is putting pressure on them and they're trying to hide their ships because of fear of war. Because they're watching everything that they're doing and they're trying to get strategic positioning. This is all going to come. I mean, the mainstream media is not telling us the truth, but World War III is imminent. Okay, and then also here, U.S. military versus Russia and Syria. Russia readies 185 warplanes and 8,700 troops with 250 armored vehicles. They're getting ready. Russia's getting ready to go to war with the U.S. They know it's coming. This is happening. The tensions are high. We don't really read about it. But if you do your homework and you read into World War I and World War II and every other war really that the U.S. has been into, this is what happens first. Okay, so it's going to happen. Someone's going to fire very, very soon. So we need to be prepared for that. And that's what they were hoping with Israel when they struck Syria. So we're still waiting on that. Syria, what really is going on? Please circulate, please. Report on Syria. Noble Peace. Maguire, the Syrian state is under a proxy war led by foreign countries. See? More evidence. I mean, World War III is imminent, folks. So we have to get prepared. FBI, man found dead after car explodes in Vancouver, Washington. And what was it, last week or something? Or, no, like 4 days ago. A man was found dead in his car by an unknown gas that's been floating around the area. Now a car explodes in Vancouver, Washington. Methane? You roll down your windows and then you roll your windows back up. There's methane in the car, and then the heat sublimates that methane, and then boom, there goes your car. Blew out the windows and everything. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know, folks. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now on our planet. And right here, 5/28/13, evil New York leaders are planting a false flag. God is calling you to repent. This is from Living in Grace. If you guys want to check this out, more information about the earthquakes and, possible terror attack. There was a car that crashed over here in the Bacon Bay area. 5 people died. What was it, yesterday? And there's some other stuff that he said that was in visions from a video he had on the 21st, and they're all coming to pass now. So we have to pay attention to that. Also, nuclear update. An attack on a uranium plant down in Africa. Terrorists attacked the uranium plant. Damage forces closure of the facility, and up to 50 people have been wounded. And this is in Niger. Okay. So supposedly Islamist bombers killed 20 as well. And they also seized some hostages. So this is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on too, because, it's kind of crazy, all this HARP stuff that's going on, and how a tornado almost hits a nuclear facility up, I think it was Michigan. And then we had the tornado in Yellowstone, and then a tornado almost hit another nuclear facility in Russia. Are they aiming for these things? Also, Patriots being led into kill zone at DC Armed Revolt. I've talked about this before. This was released yesterday by Bobby Powell. Okay, and then this is interesting because, you know, this dude, Dabu, saying is Russian. He does kind of look Russian. And he's a spy, and he's trying to lead these people into a kill zone. Pretty much force martial law against the people. So it's something to keep an eye on. You know, a lot of crazy stuff going down, folks, behind the doors and behind closed doors in the shadows. Also, the AP spying story, what you aren't being told. This is by the Colbert Report. You know, talking about how the government is hacking in to, you know, reporters and their telephone calls, their internet services, so on and so forth. And how there actually is somebody that was saying that the government, to enable or in order to stop certain information from going out, has to get a warrant from the court and all this other stuff. But we all know that's not happening. So they're waging war against the press. Here you go. Obama's waging a war on the free press in the United States. More information on it. You know, the Obama administration and this government. It's on, folks. And they're waging a war on us here on YouTube, too. So we have to be prepared. I mean, it's about to get really ugly. You know, remember, don't take the chip. Steve Grant, March Against Monsanto, Miami, Operation GMO. You know, this dude right here comes up to a cop. These cops don't even know what they're protesting about. Starts talking to him, gives them a pamphlet. And the cops are like, really? They spray pesticides and seeds? And all this other stuff? Which is why we're not getting the right nutrients that we're getting, all this, and we're actually growing immune and letting off, you know, these chemicals. Very interesting, you know, if you guys want to look into it. That was released yesterday from Miami police. Also, Rothschild Family Puppet Masters, World's Only Trillionaires, the full documentary. False Flag America right here. This was just released today. If you guys have time, this is about a 55-minute video, but it will teach you even more about the Illuminati and the Rothschilds and all that other good stuff. Okay, and you know how World War III is coming to pass, right? Well, this is about to be a war of who's going to be in control of currency. Look, they can let the dollar collapse, start new or whatever, but they want a one world global currency, a one world government. And they, the U.S., well, actually, I should say the banksters and the elites want control of that currency. And that's why they are going to test waters by starting World War III. Also, here we go. Huffington Post, Baltimore train derailment video, fire of explosion. This is in Baltimore, train derailment, okay? You know, that's not that far away from me. I used to live in Baltimore. So that's crazy, you know. And also over here, more on it. This is actual video of the explosion right here. This is from The Hitchhiker, 1947. Huge explosion, you know. I mean, this is just crazy. All these train derailments, bridges falling, sinkholes, canyons opening up, cracks in the earth, methane gas releases, radiation contamination. Something's going on here, folks. You know, we need to be prepared. All these plagues and everything, the tornadoes. Also, Pope says atheists are going to heaven, part 1. This is from the Forerunner 777. You guys have to check this out. You know, I said something about this the other day, how the Pope is saying that atheists are now allowed in heaven. I'm pretty sure next he's going to say other things, you know, like, I just don't understand what's going on. This world is just so corrupt anymore. Also, red residue in water again, still. She keeps cleaning out this bowl and red silt falls into it, you know. And I'm thinking, you know, this is happening out here too. And I already think I know what it is. Volcanic ash all up in the atmosphere. So it's something to watch, you know, all this stuff that's going on. Also here, Earth's mantle affects long-term sea level rise estimates, May 28th, 2013. Shows how, you know, pretty much Delaware, parts of Maryland, and you know, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida's completely gone. You know, parts of New Jersey, New York is completely underwater. So, you know, no matter what, we're going through changes, and it's something we're going to have to focus on. But the only other thing you got to realize, too, is, you know, they found old lakes in the southern ice cap. And also up north in the North Pole. Also, here you go. WTF is that giant solar body on stereo behind Core 2. Venus with wings and a comet tail? This definitely is not Venus. I've seen Venus, and I've seen Mercury, and I've seen their paths. And this is something completely different because it's more further north. So I really don't know what this is. You guys can go ahead and try to tell me. You know, let him know too. The store news. Very interesting find. You know, I really don't know what it is. And it's actually a little weird. I mean, it's a possibility it could be Mercury or something, but I'm not sure. Also, fear of catastrophic events is now worryingly on mainstream media. You know, talking about all these plagues and the pestilences and all these massive storms and the Mayan calendar and God's justice. Very interesting. Also from Mary Greenlee, if you guys want to check into it. Very interesting stuff there. Also, tornado threat from Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up through today. Tomorrow, this pushes east, so something to keep an eye on. You know, sorry, I got to kind of speed this up a little bit. Also, California wildfire, over 1,000 people evacuated. So now we have a wildfire here in California. And then, like, you know, Pastor Paul Bagley said, we also had 3 feet of snow in New York. Also, it's snowing down in New Zealand. And then they had that, what, 4.9 earthquake. So a lot of stuff to watch here. Also, Milestone, Meteor, Meat Eater. This is from the One of the Ones. Very interesting series here. You know, I suggest you watch all 9. He's about to come out with the last one here soon. Very, very interesting stuff if you guys want to look into it. Also, Alert News, pole shift. Talking about how the pole shift is pretty much evident. It's about to happen if you guys want to look into it. You know, and how they're manipulating data and all this other stuff. This is from Mr. Maverick Star. So more on the pole shift news. Also, alien planets may shed light on climate change on Earth, scientists say. So if you guys want to read into this article, you know, talking about how they found 300 or something super Earths, so on and so forth. You know, very interesting, you know. Sorry, I gotta kind of speed this forward. But also, what to know about HARP, VLF, VHF, radar, and weather modification. There's HARP there. You know, also talking about the engineers and weather warfare, Department of Defense, and their articles of HARP. All kinds of good stuff. Also the Air Force being in on it. Check it out. Very interesting. You know, just crazy times we're living in, folks. I'm serious. Giant asteroid heading our way this week. Don't panic. Yeah, right. What trash is it bringing with it? You know, also shows its path of QE2. All that stuff. UK news saying, oh, it's just, don't panic. But, you know, just be a good observation piece for NASA. Blah, 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 blah. It'll be like 33.6 million miles away. But the other rock that's going to slam Earth, that's part of this, you know, we're not going to tell you about. That's why we told you to stock up on canned goods in the first place. Yeah. Also, tsunami watch for Atlantic Ocean until June 5th. Dr. Simon Atkins in the Advanced Forecasting Corporation. Remember, I had a video about this. You know, when he came out public saying it. And then you also have Cliff Hive, Farsight Institute, remote viewers, all around the same time frame. So something to pay attention to. We all, you know, also Derail 3 and all them. Also, earthquakes today in Bible prophecy. Has there been an increase in major earthquakes? Yes. If you guys want to read into this article as well. Very interesting stuff. Also here, you can see how they're manipulating maps and shows you all the huge earthquakes that we've had since 2000 till now. Okay, and there's a lot of 6-pointers missing out of here for 2013 because Japan was hit with like 2, then Russia was hit with another one, and then another one. There's a lot missing out of here, and I actually have videos of all the earthquakes around mid-April, like around through April that happened, and this is complete and total manipulation at its best. So there you go, folks. Second round of news will be here soon. Much love. God bless.